Tragedy struck in southern Kaduna late Friday night as armed bandits launched a brutal attack on Kachia town, claiming the lives of 4 members of the same family in an incident that has left the entire community in mourning. The victims have been identified as Mr. Bitros Bahago, his wife Mrs. Justina Bitros Bahago, their son Ibrahim Bitros Bahago, and another relative, Adam Waziri, all gunned down in a senseless act of violence that occurred near the newly established Federal University of Applied Science in the heart of Kachia local government area. According to family sources who spoke about the horrific ordeal, the attackers arrived in large numbers and opened fire indiscriminately on residents, turning what should have been a peaceful Friday night into a nightmare that nobody could have imagined. The sound of gunfire shattered the calm of the evening as bandits descended on the community with deadly intent, leaving behind not just 4 bodies, but a trail of injured victims who were rushed to nearby hospitals for urgent medical treatment. The fact that an entire family was wiped out in one attack speaks to the brutal nature of what happened in Kachia that night. What makes this attack particularly concerning is the location where it occurred. Kachia is not some remote village tucked away in the wilderness. It is the headquarters of Kachia local government area, a place where you would expect security presence to be strong and deterrent enough to keep criminals at bay. The proximity to a federal university should have made this area even more secure, yet the bandits operated with a level of boldness that suggests they had little fear of being confronted or stopped. Residents have described the attack as terrifying, and many are now questioning what exactly is being done to protect them when violence can reach right into the heart of their community. Southern Kaduna has unfortunately become a region where stories like this have become far too common, and each incident adds another layer of pain to communities that are already struggling with trauma from previous attacks. For years now, residents of Kachia and surrounding areas have endured repeated assaults by armed groups who seem to move freely, strike at will, and disappear back into the forests and hills that provide them cover. The pattern is always the same. Attacks happen, lives are lost, families are shattered, and communities are left wondering when their turn will come next. The human cost of these attacks extends beyond the immediate casualties. Think about the children who have lost their parents, the siblings who will never see their brothers and sisters again, the extended family members who must now carry the burden of grief while also worrying about their own security. Mr. Bitros Bahago was not just a statistic, he was a husband, a father, a member of a community who had dreams and plans for his family's future. His wife, Justina, was a mother whose presence will be forever missed in her home. Their son, Ibrahim, had his whole life ahead of him, and Adam Waziri was a relative who was likely visiting or living with them, all cut down in one night of senseless violence. If you're watching this video and you're finding this information valuable, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you can stay informed about important developments happening across Nigeria that affect real people in real communities. What frustrates residents the most is the seeming pattern of these attacks occurring without adequate response or prevention. Kachia has suffered multiple incidents over the years, and despite the presence of military installations in the general area, the bandits continue to operate. People are asking legitimate questions about intelligence gathering, about rapid response mechanisms, and about what happens after these attacks to ensure they don't keep happening. When communities see the same pattern repeating itself, attack after attack, with minimal consequences for the perpetrators, it creates a sense of helplessness and abandonment that is almost as damaging as the violence itself. The broader security situation in southern Kaduna requires honest conversation about what is driving this violence and what comprehensive solutions look like. It's not enough to send troops after an attack has happened, although that is certainly necessary. Communities need preventive security that stops attacks before they occur. They need intelligence networks that can identify and neutralize threats, and they need accountability systems that ensure criminals face justice. The terrain in southern Kaduna certainly presents challenges, but these are not insurmountable obstacles if there is genuine commitment from all levels of government. Beyond military solutions, there needs to be attention paid to the social and economic factors that create environments where armed groups can recruit, operate, and find local support or at least local silence. Young people need opportunities that give them alternatives to violence. Communities need economic development that provides livelihoods so that desperation doesn't drive people into criminal activities. Traditional and religious leaders need support in their peace-building efforts, and there needs to be justice for victims that demonstrates the government values every life equally. The Bahago family's tragedy should not become just another news story that fades from public consciousness in a few days. Their deaths should be a call to action for everyone, from federal authorities down to local security arrangements, to recognize that the current approach is not working and that communities like Kachia deserve better. The residents who survived Friday night's attack and who are now receiving treatment in hospitals deserve to know that measures are being put in place to ensure this doesn't happen again. The broader community deserves to sleep without fear in their own homes. As we reflect on this heartbreaking incident, let's remember that behind every headline about bandit attacks are real families experiencing unimaginable loss. What do you think needs to be done to address the security challenges in southern Kaduna? What role should different levels of government play? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's have a meaningful conversation about how we can support these affected communities and push for the changes they desperately need. Don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on these important stories.